Whoops. Let's have blind dates with a book. Choose my TBR for the month. I am so excited because I have 6 blind dates with a book that are going to choose what I read for the month of May. I have been scouring local bookshops. I even asked my sister, one of my younger sisters, to send me some books. She lives in Austin. I live in Cincinnati. So she sent me a few blind dates with the books that she found in Austin and a couple that she recommends to me as blind dates with a book. And we're going to use these to choose our TBR for the month of May. So let's get started. Let's start with the blind date with a book from Barnes & Noble, which is a YA fantasy. I picked this up a little bit because I don't usually pick up YA. Also don't usually pick up fantasy. So I was like, you know what? Let's try something new. Let's do something different. This one has LGBT plus characters. It's 19th century London and is high stakes. So let's see what we've got. All right. It's called Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat. It looks like it says on the back, the ancient world of magic, along with its great battles between light and dark, has disappeared. But as Doc Boy Will is about to discover, it has only been lying in wait. Ooh. A secret destiny. He's ushered into a new world. The reawakening. Can Will and the last heroes of the light prevent the dark fate that destroyed the old world from returning? This looks interesting. Definitely not something that I would have picked up on my own, but I love the descriptors of it, so we'll see when I read this in May. All right, next up, a book from my sister. This book has Revenge Against Racists, which we love, a classic horror reimagined, mixed media, and also a mixed MC. The genre is YA horror. So another YA book. That's going to be a theme, I think, of this month is more YA, which is something that I've been wanting to dive deeper into. So I'm really excited about that. So let's see what this one is. Ooh, The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. Now, this is a cover that has me interested because, like, what is going on here? There's a prom sash as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. This one on the back, the descriptors are horror done right, explosive, kills it, thrilling, brilliant, bone-chilling. A smart and unsettling retelling of Carrie. Ooh, interesting. When Springfield residents, at least the ones still alive, are questions about what happened on prom night, they all have the same explanation. Maddie did it. Ooh, but did Maddie really do it? We'll find out. Outcast Madison Washington has always been a target for bullies, and she's dealt with it until a surprise rainstorm reveals her most closely kept secret. Maddie is biracial and has been passing for white her entire life at the behest of her fanatical white father. Oh, now things are getting interesting. Okay. After a viral bullying video pulls back the curtain of Springville High's racist roots, student leaders devise a plan to change their image, host the school's first integrated prom. The popular white class president convinces her black superstar quarterback boyfriend to ask Maddie to be his date, but some of her classmates aren't done with her just yet. Little do they know, Maddie still has another secret, one that will cost them all their lives. Whoa. Okay, this sounds super interesting. Again, not something that I think I would have picked up on my own, but like reading the back of it, like Revenge Against Racists, the like mixed main character. I love stories that talk about passing, which I think is a really interesting part of Black history that doesn't get talked about a ton. This is super interesting. Excited to read this one. All right, next up, another book from my sister. This book likes QT BIPOC rep, one day adventures, questioning your mortality, vague sci-fi vibes, crying over the main characters. It's a YA fiction and it's somewhat speculative. So let's see what this one could be. I'm intrigued. Somewhat speculative, it says. Oh, they both die at the end. Okay. I have been wanting to read this for so long. My sister talked about this a while back and said that she sobbed. I fully anticipate sobbing at this book. It is just like the title alone, they both die at the end. Like, come on now. It gives it away, but I can't imagine like what kind of story the journey is. So excited for this one. So excited for this one. All right, last one from my sister. This is the one that she picked up at a bookshop in Austin. So let's see. This is a historical fiction, which I love. This book likes Indigenous authors. I'm not like most horse girls, in the best possible way, which we love. Was anyone else a horse girl? Did anyone else watch Saddle Club? Because, like, it was a gem of a show. A gem of a show. Anyway, back to the book. Death-defying acts and found family. Vaudeville. Now, this is an interesting one. I don't know what this could be. And it has some interesting descriptors. So let's see what we've got. Ooh. When Two Feathers Fell from the Sky by Margaret Verble. Now, this is interesting. What is it about? Two Feathers, a young Cherokee horse driver on loan to the Glendale Park and Zoo from a Wild West show, is determined to find her own way in 1920s Nashville's highly segregated society. I'm loving this theme of like segregation and desegregation and integration that's coming through with these books. I don't read a ton about like that era in time, so I'm super excited that this book covers that. When disaster strikes during one of two shows, strange things start to happen. Vestiges of the ancient past begin to surface, apparitions appear, and then the hippo mysteriously falls ill. An eclectic group of park performers, employees, and even wealthy stakeholders must come together in this unforgettable and irresistible tale of exotic animals, lingering spirits, and unexpected friendship. Oh, this is super interesting. Again, I love that these blind dates with the book are nothing that I would pick up myself, but it gets me reading something different, which I think is an important part of reading diversely, is also reading outside of genres and authors and topics that feel like really at home to you, and really putting yourself in the shoes of different types of people and what their stories contain. So this one sounds interesting. All right. Now, for the ones that I found at Half Price Books, which had a ton of blind dates with the books. I had a really hard time choosing which ones I wanted, but I ended up with two. So let's look at the first one, which is a young adult fantasy. So this one says the Civil War, but add zombies. I love zombies things. Like The Walking Dead, watched it for many, many, many seasons. Love zombie things. So let's see. Race, Humanity, and Survival, book 1 of 2, which is super exciting because if I love this book, then I have another one that I can pick up, which we love. Asexual Representation. The zombies are the least of her problems. An excellent mix of historical horror and fantasy. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies meets The Walking Dead. Oh, exciting. Found Family, very diverse cast, and LGBTQ plus rep. All right, let's see what we've got with this one. Ooh, Dread Nation. Okay. This is by Justina Ireland. I'm loving the cover of this. Like, talk about just owning a space and like taking up space. Okay. All right. Let's see. Jane McKean was born 2 days before the dead began to walk the battlefields of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, derailing the war between the states and changing the nation forever. In this new America, however, the battle for survival is as political as it is personal, and the restless dead, it would seem, are the least of her problems. Ooh, okay. This sounds really interesting. Like it said in the description, a mix of historical horror and fantasy. So really excited about that. I don't think I've ever read a book that has like quite that mix of genres. So this will be really interesting to read. All right. Last but certainly not least, this is a fiction book from Half Price Books. The description says, an author is a Nobel Prize winner. 2 teens fall in love but are unable to get together. 50 years, 9 months, and 4 days since he first declared his love for her, he will do so again. A classic piece of Latin American literature, perfect for literature lovers. All right, so I don't think I've ever read a like classic book outside of reading for school, and the Half Price bookseller was telling me that this is like a classic kind of novel. So it'll be interesting to kind of like be back in that space outside of a school academic setting and see what it's like to read a novel in a more like casual way, or a classic novel in a more casual way. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, all right. Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Winner of the Nobel Prize, is an Oprah's book club pick as well. So this is a like very reputable book, it seems, like very well renowned. Let's see what the description says. In their youth, Florentina Ariza and Fermina Daza fall passionately in love. When Fermina eventually chooses to marry a wealthy, well-born doctor, Florentino is devastated, but he is a romantic. As he rises in his business career, he whiles away the years in 622 affairs, yet he reserves his heart for Fermina. That's a lot of affairs. 622. Okay, Florentino. Okay. 51 years, 9 months, and 4 days after he first declared his love for Fermina, he would do so again. All right. It's also a major motion picture, so that might be fun to read the book and then watch the movie. I don't often do that with books that I read. I talked about this in another video where I just like hate watching movie like or screen adaptations, so movie or series adaptations of books, because I'm just so sad that either the book is going to be better than the movie or that I'm going to love both of them and then like have two things that have ended. It's a weird thing about me, but maybe we will do it with this one. All right, so that gives us our 6 books that we're going to be reading in the month of May. We've got them all here. Very excited about these. This is going to be such a different reading month for me than I'm used to. And I think it'll be really good for me to try new genres, to try new authors, to try new types of stories, and to really challenge myself to read differently. So excited that these blind dates with the book have chosen May TBR. Excited that you joined me for this video. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you'll join me in the next one, and see you soon. Bye.